Hello, dear viewers, and welcome to the Austro-Prussian War, aka the 7 Weeks War, aka guess how long this war went on for, explained through Countryball. I'm going to take you on a tour through this precursor to the Franco-Prussian War. This war ultimately marked the beginning of Prussian dominance over the continent and would set the stage for the Third Italian War of Independence. This event would begin in 1864, when the Kingdom of Denmark claimed the lands of Schleswig and Holstein, a part of the German Confederation. This, of course, ticked off Prussia and Austria, who both wanted to increase their influence within the knockoff Holy Roman Empire. One thing leads to another, and war. Austria and Prussia both won the war with ease, and both occupied the land, with Prussia taking Schleswig and Austria taking Holstein. The two parties agreed to jointly occupy the lands for the time being. 2 years later, in 1866, the Austrian Empire set up what could only be summarized as a small government branch that would govern the land. Once again, someone gets ticked off, and this someone is Prussia. Prussia claims the governance is defying the Joint Occupation Protocol and would openly oppose the Austrians' decision. These tensions would lead to the Austrians mobilizing troops in Holstein, just in case. Prussia would follow suit, kind of mobilizing 5 divisions in Schleswig, though Otto von Bismarck, the Chancellor of Prussia, rallied an important colleague, that is, the Kingdom of Italy, led by Victor Emmanuel II. Italy promised to help Prussia in a war against Austria in roughly 3 months. This is because Italy wanted to unify the Italians, obviously, and Austria was hogging quite a few in Venetia, Dalmatia, and Trieste, also Trento. Austria was knowledgeable of this alliance and quickly began mobilizing troops along the Italian border. Italy followed suit a few days later. At this point, it was pretty much a standoff, with all 3 parties mobilizing for war. The tensions were at their peak when many of the smaller German states within the German Confederation started aligning with Austria. This would cause Prussia to militarily intervene with Saxony, Hesse, and Hanover, occupying them on June 14th/15th, which marked the beginning of the war. Italy would join the fight on June 19th against the Austrian Empire. The Prussians, with their Drace needle-fire rifles, performed exceedingly well, though they'd be faced with a minor setback with the defeat at Langsalzor. Later, Prussia launched a swift and well-coordinated offensive against Austria in Bohemia. The Prussian army, equipped with the advanced military tactics and the breech-loading needle gun, demonstrated superior organization and effectiveness against the Austrian forces. The Austrian forces, on the other hand, were hampered by outdated strategies and a lack of coordination among their diverse troops. The major battle of the war was the Battle of Königgrätz, also known as the Battle of Sadowa, in July 1866. The Prussian forces, led by our good friend Helmuth von Moltke, I bet you remember him, decisively defeated the Austrians under the command of Field Marshal Ludwig von Benedict. The battle showcased the effectiveness of Prussia's military reforms and marked a turning point in the war. Following their victory at Königgrätz, the Prussians swiftly advanced into Austrian territory when the war reached a conclusion. The Peace of Prague was signed in August 1866, ending hostilities. As a result, Austria had to recognize the dissolution of the German Confederation and give up most of its influence in Germany. This would lead to the North German Confederation being formed, with Prussia as its leading nation. Now, you might be thinking, where the heck is Italy? You promised Italy was going to be here. And to that, I say, well, Italy wasn't a big player during this war. Their army was just as outdated as the Austrians, as well as being outmanufactured. Prussia was the one carrying the team on this war, and it paid off in the Treaty of Vienna, where Austria would cede the lands of Venice to France? This can't be right. Well, the Austrians believed that the Italians didn't deserve the territory, so they decided to cede it to France instead, which was later ceded to Italy, so it didn't mean anything at the end. The Austro-Prussian War was an essential event for the Prussians to become a great power, as well as opening the door to the Franco-Prussian War to take place, which, as you know, led to the unification of Germany.